Winston Churchill once said, "We make a living by what we earn, but we make a life by what we give." And that's what happens at Princeton Community Works, a clearinghouse for nonprofits all over New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York, you name it. They cut together for workshops, speaking engagements, and networking. Welcome to Princetonia NOW and Princeton Community Works. Adam Bierman, Princetonia NOW. We're with Catherine Carmichael. What brings you to Princeton Community Works?
So I come to Princeton Community Works every year. I'm the executive director of CASA, Court-Appointed Special Advocates for Children of Mercer and Burlington Counties, and Marge Smith, who's the organizer of the conference, is on our board. So we bring all of our staff. We have 13 staff members here and board members, and we just think it's such a benefit. It is an incredible conference for such a very small cost. We actually have a lot of volunteers here tonight too, and it's just, I encourage anybody in the nonprofit sector and on a board to come because it's really a really wonderful experience.
Look who we ran into, another host of Princetonia NOW. You wear so many hats. What hat are you wearing today? What brings you to Princeton Community Works?
I was invited to this. I'm here to promote skits, special kind of improvisational theater. The guy that inspired me to do this back in February told me about this event. He's volunteering. I haven't seen him yet, but he's here somewhere. And thought it would be a really great idea for me to come and do some networking with some nonprofits. And that's what I'm here for. So I'm learning all about the nonprofit world.
You're too shy. Skit is unique. Not many people do it. What are you aiming at?
I'm here to help people with special needs develop better social skills, communication skills, and listening skills, things that are going to help them in their life. It's going to make a difference in their life through the principles of improvisational theater. They have a great time, and they're going to learn a lot while they're not even realizing they're learning something and just having a ball and really leading more productive lives.
And I can say something because I've been there. I helped you film sometimes. You see kids who've never really succeeded in much or felt like part of a community become part of a community. They laugh, they giggle, they have a great time, and they become more socialized too.
They do, exactly. And that's what's going to help them, maybe land and keep a job for the rest of their lives, keep a relationship, a meaningful relationship, who knows, a marriage. So these are the goals that we have to just help these kids really develop happier, more productive lives.
That's been Jody Ward and Skit, and Princetonia NOW. We'll be right back. Adam Bierman, Princetonia NOW. We're talking to a resource, a gem in Princeton, Judith Robinson. Before we even talk about why you're here today, what have you done in the past in the Princeton community?
Actually, I was one of the co-founders of the Princeton Farmers Market and also worked with the state to implement different, non-poisonous pesticides to keep a balance between our pest population and, growing food.
Yeah, I've always said, and you've said this too, we talk about drugs, crack, all that's terrible, but no one talks about what we do every day that affects us, what we eat. And there's a lot of crap out there, and you're on the forefront to raising people's consciousness about that with the farmers market.
Well, yeah, and actually you have to start with the soil because whatever in the soil ends up in your food. And that means if the soil isn't healthy, you don't get all the vitamins and minerals that should be there. So if you use a lot of synthetic pesticides and herbicides and fertilizer, it kills off the soil food web, which actually is life.
And this is stuff people don't really think about, but it's happening every day. It's a fight every day to try to legislate, fight, educate people about.
Actually, if you're not putting good food into your body, you're not building up your bank account of health.
Right. But let's segue to Princetonia NOW and Princeton Community Works. What are you doing here today?
Actually, it's helping to volunteer, to get this place, get the whole, conference going. And it's been a wonderful, really experience because Marge is a terrific leader of all these people, and it's amazing how many volunteers she gets to help.
Yeah, Marge Smith is basically the genesis of all this. Yes. She gets all these nonprofits together, the networking, the keynote speakers, at a pretty good price.
Yeah, very, very cheap. Right. And also the whole message of positivity, which is really important to, especially today
yeah.
in the atmosphere we're living in, which is, you have to hold on to that part of your heart.
A lot of hating, not a lot of listening.
Yeah, I know, and support.
And let's end with this. Did you really have a date when you were younger with Al Pacino?
Yes, I did.
That's another story. Thank you, Judith. I'm going to start rolling. We've cornered a humble leader, Marge Smith. She wants to just focus on the work, not herself. But hey, sometimes you got to blow your own horn. How's my emotional IQ doing?
Your Promotional IT is doing great. And I'm so happy that we have this focus on accentuate the positive, because there's so much good that's going on and people are doing, and we need to recognize it and celebrate it.
Every day, every day.
Every day, you got it.
And how many years?
I don't know. I don't keep track
Okay,
because
go on.
I really don't, because it's only as good as the latest one.
I like that.
I mean, what difference does it make if it's not good now? It's not good.
You're like in the moment today. That's right. Who really cares? In a way.
Who cares?
Right.
I don't care.
So what are you positive about?
I'm positive about all the good. I love to create things for people. I think it's fun to design ways, and I truly believe that in order to work together, we have to encourage diversity to work together and talk and create systems. So that's what my workshop's about.
And that's what she does. Thank you, Marge Smith.
Thank you.
Adam Bimmerman, Princetonia Now. We have some stardust here. We have Dr. Pinkett, Mercer County native, Hightstown, winner of The Apprentice.
Yes.
Was it?
Right.
What about your career trajectory? It's pretty amazing. Do you feel blessed, or did you make it happen yourself?
Well, I definitely didn't make it happen myself. I am a proud product of Mercer County, Hightstown, East Windsor, greater Princeton area. And even today, the woman who introduced me was my high school guidance counselor. She was my guidance counselor, Shirley Satterfield, at Hightstown High. Then she came to Princeton High School as well. So people have poured into me and have mentored me and have taught me, and I've been the beneficiary of all of what they've poured into me. So I've been blessed.
You give back so much. That last speech, so much passion and motivation. How do you keep yourself motivated? How do you keep the engine running?
Well, I talked about it in my remarks. I am living out my passion. I love what I do. I've been an entrepreneur since I was a kid who tried to sell his toys to other kids in my neighborhood. So I believe when you love what you do, you'll never work another day in your life. That's what Oprah says. And I really do believe that. So when you love your work, it keeps you motivated naturally because it doesn't feel like work. So right now, as an entrepreneur, I'm living my dream.
Can you forecast in the next 5 years? I mean, where are you going? Do you have high goals for yourself? Where do you want to be?
I do. I continue to work hard as an entrepreneur to grow my company. We've got goals for where we want to be in the next 5 to 10 years in terms of revenue and growth and staff and global expansion and the like. Big focus right now on analyzing data and big data for us. And then from there, who knows what the next frontier will be for me. I suspect there's another chapter for me after entrepreneurship, which remains to be seen.
Well, you haven't forgot your roots, and maybe you'll come back and talk to us in the next 5 years.
I hope so.
Dr. Pinkett, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Adam Bierman, Princetonia Now at the Princeton University Frisch Center at Princeton Community Works, the opus of non-profit get-togethers. And we interviewed Dr. Randall Pickett, who won The Apprentice, a motivational speaker. Didn't ask him about Donald Trump. Jody Wood of Skit, Catherine Carmichael of CASA, and of course, Marge Smith, the creator and the reason we're here at Princeton Community Works. And I'm Adam Bierman for Princetonia Now.